Chapter 53. Our glasses are empty. I guess it's time to go. The rain strikes against you, but for me, it's a brilliant show. But I have lots of homework and reports to hand in before Easter. Come on, Jenny. Kevan's calm voice came to her via the phone. You've never met my friends from Handels. I know, there's a reason for that. She had the phone pinched between her shoulder and her ear, her fingers typing on the computer. As usual, the headset cord was tangled, so she talked directly into her mobile phone. It's because they are your friends. They don't need to meet me. But I want them to meet you. I want to show them that I have the best girlfriend in the world. Oh, you think flattering helps, do you? She concluded writing the article she would submit for assessment. Always. She read through the last paragraphs she had written and finally pressed save. You can always bring Agneta, then you won't be the only one who doesn't study economy. Bring Agneta? Suddenly, the proposal became more attractive. She hadn't talked to Agneta for a long time. Now that they both had student apartments, they didn't see each other as much as they had when they had lived next to each other. Also, Jenny had just finished her homework and was close to satisfied with it. Maybe going to the pub with Kevan and his friends wasn't such a bad idea after all. Okay, she finally said. If Agneta can and wants to come, we'll be there. Great, see you later. When Agneta arrived at the Dubliners' pub, she parked her bike and locked it. She wondered if she should wait outside for Jenny, who was late as usual, before going into Kevan and his friends. But when Kevan waved to her through the window, she couldn't just stay outside. She looked at her reflection in the window, fixed her hair, and went inside. There were 3 girls and 2 guys sitting at the table with Kevan. Everyone was well dressed, especially a girl with thick brown hair and a French twist. Kevan introduced her and she shook hands with all of them. She was glad she hadn't dressed up, otherwise she wouldn't have fitted in. When Kevan went to the bar to buy a beer for Agneta and a refill for some of the others, the brown-haired girl named Angelique leaned over to Agneta and started talking to her. It didn't take long for Agneta to notice that Angelique checked every box regarding her prejudices about the girls at economics school. Snobby and born rich. However, Agneta was still able to converse well with her since they talked about a topic they both knew well, Kevan. According to Angelique, Kevan was a good student and did well on the exams. To Agneta, this was no surprise. Kevan had always been a good student, and now that he was Jenny's boyfriend, he could study with someone who never got tired of studying. Agneta knew very well what that was like. If she had not had Jenny as her homework buddy during high school, her grades would have been a lot worse. To Agneta's surprise, Angelique knew nothing about Kevan playing in a band. Oh, didn't he tell you about Little Band? No, he talks about you most of the time. He's really head over heels, lucky you. The world suddenly turned around very fast. Agneta held her breath. Then she understood. Angelique assumed that Agneta was Kevan's girlfriend. Before she could explain the misunderstanding, Jenny walked in. Agneta saw right away that Jenny had not thought about dressing up. Her worn jeans and old rainproof jacket with a hood didn't fit in at all among the skirts, suits and fur jackets around the table. Kevan returned with the beers, walked happily to Jenny, kissed her and led her to the table. This is Jenny, he said, proudly, looking as if he were showing off a beautiful work of art. My girlfriend. An embarrassing silence ensued. There was an embarrassing silence. Angelique looked in surprise at Agneta and Jenny. Really? I thought Agneta here was your girlfriend. I mean, she came when you said your girlfriend would arrive, and well, she looks more like I'd imagined your girlfriend to look. The way she looked at Jenny's clothes was as rude as if she had pointed a finger at them. Jenny's eyes narrowed and she glanced at Angelica's fur jacket. Are you planning on staying in the pub all night? Angelique raised her plucked eyebrow in a way that suggested she was insulted that someone like Jenny dared to speak to her. I'm asking, since it just started raining. That coat won't keep you dry. Angelique smiled coolly. There is this thing called an umbrella, you know. They have been invented so you don't have to wear unsightly jackets with hoods. Unsightly? I prefer wearing clothes like this rather than having animals killed so I can wear their fur. Jenny saw the brightly colored umbrella that was leaning against Angelique's chair. She scoffed. You're not from Gothenburg, are you? Umbrellas work when it rains vertically. In this town, it rains horizontally. Agneta glanced through the windows. Jenny was right. The rain had become more intense, and the heavy wind blew the rain obliquely towards the people who huddled up outside. It had taken a while for Kevan to notice the hostility between Jenny and his friends, but now that he heard it, he was eager to stop the discussion. What can I get you, honey? She didn't make it easy for him. Her eyes kept looking at Angelique as if she were prey. She answered, You know what I mean, what I want. Agneta quickly got up and took Jenny by the arm. Come on, let's get some beer, she said happily, even though she had not yet touched the beer that Kevan had bought her. Reluctantly, Jenny accompanied her to the bar where they bought a beer for Jenny, while Agneta asked her to calm down and not ruin the evening for Kevan. She wears fur, she's snobby, I can't stand her. I don't like her either, but she's Kevan's classmate. For his sake, don't start an argument. She started it. Agneta grabbed her friend's shoulders. Stop it, Jenny. Just stop it. For Jenny, the evening was a complete waste of time, just as she had expected. She would much rather have stayed at home, studying, than spending time with Angelique and her peers. Jenny did get into a better mood when everyone got up to go to the next pub. Just as Jenny had predicted, Angelique's umbrella only lasted a few seconds before it blew inside out and broke. Angelique stood there in her expensive fur jacket without shelter from the pelting rain. Jenny nonchalantly pulled up the hood of her rain jacket, put her hands in her pockets and trudged away with Kevan, as if it were a nice evening with a light drizzle.